Last episode we decided to tackle one of the biggest jobs on Popao to date, ripping all the carpet out, fairing and painting to prep her for life in the tropics. After a few small detours, we finally get back to the original job, and after 3 months in lockdown, somehow find the motivation to get Popao back in one piece. Well, we just rode out in these treacherous conditions. It's flowing a bit today. It's perfect for painting. We are going to put the primer on. So we prepped this yesterday, wiped it all down with acetone. We've got a tack cloth. Basically, it's like a waxy, what is it? Not sure. It's not waxy. It's like, I don't know. That's what it is. But it's like a sticky cloth. Picks all the dirt and stuff off. So we'll run that over all the surfaces before we paint it, just to make sure there's no little impurities and imperfections, so we don't ruin our amazing fairing job that Michael's done basically all by himself. Ready?
Well, it took 5 days or something. The whole
much.
day of scraping epoxy off. That didn't go off the roof. That was fun. The razor blade. But yes, I'll be happy to at least put one uniform coat on, and then we can go from there.
It's going to look amazing. Alright, let's do this. We'd been in lockdown for a few months at this stage, and with more and more jobs popping up, we had really struggled with motivation as we felt like we just kept going backwards. But it was good to finally get the primer on and see all our hard work begin to pay off. Not bad. It's a good look. What do you think? Keep it grey?
No.
How hot would it be in here in summer with this?
Definitely looks pretty good though, the roof. Another coat will hide any tiny little imperfections.
So are we sanding? Putting it straight on?
I think we'll just put it straight on and then sand, and if it's still bad after we sand, then we'll do another coat.
I'm pretty impressed. It looks pretty smooth. But, you know, that's the thing with that matte finish too, is you won't notice it as much when once we put the shiny glossy paint on, that's when we're really going to notice it. So, looks pretty good. There's a few lumps here and there, but I mean, geez, how perfect do you want to get it?
Well, considering that whole wall in there is painted a different colour, and I just noticed, you just pointed it out after 2 years, I think a tiny little...
I'm sure you noticed that, yeah.
I can't believe it's fully brown. I guess every time you go in there, it's got like a nice little glow in that room. You don't notice it.
Well, that's what I said about the corners. If we paint to corner, like we're going to paint here and stop painting there, because we don't want to do this back wall, because if we do that, then we got to do this, and then and it could just go on forever, and we literally repaint the boat, which we're almost at that stage. It's like, do we just paint the whole boat? Because seriously, it's like we painted most of the boat, isn't it? We're at the stage now where we're like, do we just paint this wall? I don't know. We just stop in the corner here and do this when we actually paint the galley. And the other side, I don't think we're going to paint. Like, it's so hard. Like, it's like, oh, it's only one wall, but then we got to pull everything out. This is the pantry. I don't really want to paint this. I just can't be bothered. Like, everything's been shoved in here. But yeah, this wall is actually a different color, which you can't really tell because of the shadow. So I was saying to Michael, like, if you just stop at the panels, like, you don't really notice it. That looks like a shadow. It's actually a separate color. All one color.
At the end of the day.
View's still the same, exactly. That's like, you know, people go, well, boat should I buy? Anything that you can afford. Buy the boat that you can go in now and do what you want to do, because you could spend your whole life saving and then you could get sick. Or anything. Or COVID could happen and you can't even leave your own suburb. So this is the other project. So this had carpet as well. And then up here I've also taken that carpet off around there. this carpet will come off as well, so not too fussed about that carpet. Want to do the Cape this season, and we might end up doing a wet season in Darwin or around that area, so either hauling out or just cruising. But yeah, we want to get rid of the carpet because it will just get so moldy up there. And yeah, and then these will get replaced as well with like push on buttons. Yes, lots and lots to do. Okay, so we're going for it. We're pretty much going to paint the whole boat now. So we're going to do the kitchen, which was already on the cards. We're going to do the bulkhead. We're going to do all of this. I'm going to sand this and prep it now. And I think still at this stage, we're just going to do this part on the other side. We'll see how we go. We might just end up painting the whole lot. I mean, it's only an extra couple of meters. Taped off all the rooms, so now we're just working midship, and yeah, it's heaps easier like this. I wish we'd done this from the start, but it's sort of been hard taking stuff in and out all the time. But yeah, we're pretty much committed now, ready to go. Michael's just sanding the primer back to see if he can get some rough spots out. There's a few bits which we weren't very happy with. And just like, if we don't get this right, we will never fix it again. So we won't be doing this roof again. So Michael's on his mission. How's it look? Any better?
Yeah, it's going to be hard behind it.
Yeah. It's a bit lumpy, but whatever. At this stage, I don't really care. It looks heaps better than the carpet already. Well, it looks pretty good. I sanded it with 40 grit to get the glue off and just finished it with 120. We actually took the carpet off the steps, which was literally the last carpet on the boat. But the glue was an absolute pain in the ass to get off, so we bought this. I bought this after doing the roof in the front of the boat. It was really hard to get off, and I actually got it for this roof. Michael didn't use it. I don't know why. He just started scraping and got stuck into it. Anyway, we just gave it a go then. Comes off so easily. We don't even have a photo of the old stuff, but what'd you do, Michael?
Oh, you just paint it on, leave it there for 15 minutes, and it just kind of turns into this goo. Definitely better than scraping it when it's thick.
Sanding, yeah.
I didn't do it on the roof because it wasn't that thick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sanded off alright, but this stuff is just a nightmare.
Anyway, give us a scrape on that stuff there. Let's see if this bit. That's just the first coat. You can actually just put another coat on, keep scraping, and then when you're done, you just clean it up with turp. So pretty good product. I think it was about $20 for a litre. So I don't know how much that would do to be on the tin, but yeah, I'll link it below. It's pretty crazy toxic product too. I gotta put my mask back on. I've just sanded this trim back. I'm gonna bog all that in and fill those holes, couple of holes on the kitchen area that we don't use, and I'm just going to take the cupboards off now, and then I'll give it all a good sand and blank canvas, and then yeah, just starting to get it really like ready for painting. It's just such a big job. Like it's crazy big job. Definitely feeling a little bit overwhelmed today, but we're not in a rush. We're just going to chip away at it and do what we can when we feel like it. Pretty unmotivated in lockdown at the moment. It's very hard to get motivated after like what 3 or 4 months of lockdown now. So we've decided, right, that we're going to paint it.
We're definitely going to paint it.
Like roll it.
We're going to roll it.
What was the selling point? Talk us through the process.
We were going to spray it, which does give a really professional finish, but apparently most people just top roll it anyway to give it a bit of a stippled finish, because if you make a mark on a sprayed surface, you can't touch it up easily unless you spray it again, because it's so perfect. So
given.
Yeah, I think a few little imperfections, like the rougher finish, hides all the little timber grains and stuff a bit better than a spray finish would.
And the bedrooms and the bathroom came out
Everything
really
else
well,
is done like that, so
I'm happy with them. I didn't even think about spraying it until someone mentioned it, which threw a spanner in the works. And
well, it'll be a lot faster once you paint. Like apparently, once you've prepped everything, which is a lot more intensive.
Yeah, a lot of prep.
It just takes like 5-10 minutes. You can spray this whole boat. But anyway.
Now that we've committed to painting the rest of the boat, we prepped all the surfaces with a light sand and a thorough vacuum to prep for painting. It felt good to finally make a decision that we were painting the whole boat.
Oh, nearly there. Just the finishing touches. So we are ready to put the final layer of primer on. We'll just prime this roof. We've been sanding it, bogging it, fairing it, going over with a fine-tooth comb, and we're pretty happy. So I think a couple more coats of primer today on the roof. We've done the stairs, ripped the final pieces of carpet off, so we'll do them. The Nav Station over there as well, we'll finish that off, and tomorrow we should be good for the proper.
That's going to be the satisfying time lapse.
Yeah, tomorrow when the whole boat just lightens up with that white paint will be amazing.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully the primer's not too dark. Imagine that.
Well, we'll just have to put more layers on if it's too dark. Which, you know, the roof was going to take, I reckon, a couple of coats of paint. And then we've got and then we're going to leave it glossy and just see if it's too glossy, because we've got the flattening agent as well that we can add to the paint to make it
just the top
a bit duller.
Mixing position.
Mixing position. This is the paint we're using. Yes.
From Dad's garage. It's 10 years old.
It's a brand new tin, but it's pretty old, and the bottom was actually rusted through a tiny bit.
It looked brand new. It was brand new. It's just old, brand new.
We're totally.
Is that a thing?
We're totally just being tight asses by using this, but we thought we'd just try it on here first and see how it went, and it worked well. And it's been working well on the roof. We've put 2 or 3 coats on.
Oh, hate waste.
So, anyway, we'll just use it.
If we knew the bucket was in that condition, we definitely would have just bought some primer. I think it's pretty cheap anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Anyway, always have the right tool for the job, they say.
Like a power mixer.
This is a power mixer right here.
Last day.
Last day, yeah, right.
Last day, nearly there. So we are ready, Michael. Finally.
We're ready. It's about to rain.
Yep.
Maybe.
Perfect timing.
Not
You got the
ideal.
rain cover up.
Apparently it's not a deal breaker. It just takes a bit longer to dry, and it's indoors.
Yeah, it hasn't rained yet anyway, so.
Next trick, double gloves. And yeah, so we're just going to mix it up, have the mixing station, start upstairs, then go down as far forward, and then work our way out and then finish on this back wall here.
A few tips for painting is if you've got long hair. One of these Duvalacs are amazing. They stop you getting paint in your hair and also stop you wrecking the paintwork because, yeah, obviously it gets stuck there, and if you don't notice, you pull it out later, you leave a big mark in it. Tight shorts, preferably with holes in them. Tight clothes, and then you don't end up bumping stuff as much or dragging your shirt across them. It's happening.
It's happening. No, there's so much prep goes into it. It's ridiculous.
Fine. It's going to be better than what it was, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope. And now for the time lapse you've all been waiting for. Happy with it?
I don't like the roof. Showing up too many of the imperfections.
Look at all the hairs on it.
Yeah. I think we need to use that flattening paste for sure on the roof, get rid of the gloss.
Okay, so we've got the second coat on. It looks pretty good at the moment. I think all the hulls are done. We've only done a second coat on the bulkhead there, and we're just about to do the top. We are going to do a flattening paste or like a matte finish because it's really like it's lumpy, and apparently if you have like a semi-gloss finish it doesn't show up as much. So we are going to mix some flattening paste or flattening agent. Big shout out to Resonate. Not sponsored, but they've been super helpful. It's always good when you get a company that, even though Resonate, which is the Altex paint which we're using, they didn't have the flattening powder in stock, but we could get the Norglass one, which they said is compatible. So it's been really good. They're super helpful. We've been ringing them, annoying them heaps, and yeah, we're gonna mix this in and hopefully get a nice flat finish. I'm gonna put my mask on because this stuff is like super light and horrible. It couldn't be good for you. It's a silica, I think, right? You can see the difference. Happy with the second coat?
Looks heaps better. Still not 100% there, but tomorrow final coat I reckon.
Yeah, seal the deal. We're going to do third coat on the roof. It's hard, we just
Like
don't
right
have
on
enough
that cusp
paint.
of running out of paint.
Hi everyone, so we did end up putting a third coat on the roof. What happened with the paint supply, Michael?
So because of lockdown, all the supply chain was disrupted, as a lot of you may know, and we actually ran out of paint. So we couldn't put the final coat on, and we couldn't find any replacement paint in Australia or New Zealand. So
Yeah. I'm sure there's some now. But
yeah, but it got to that stage where we were just thinking
Over
about
it?
it and over it, and we're just happy that there's no carpet there now. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
We're pretty happy. We may put a coat on in the future, but you know, the truth is we probably won't.
Yeah.
It's got
We
to
have
that
that
stage where
polishing
it's like,
pad where we might polish some of the roller marks out, right?
we might give it a what do you call it? We might give it a light buffing or polishing to try and smooth it out, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. We're pretty happy with it. You don't even notice, you know, when you first do it, you're very critical of it, but you never look at it again after the first few times. So, yeah.
We've achieved the purpose, which is to get rid of the carpet and make it easy to clean, because the port side would get quite greasy from cooking. So that's easy to clean now, no more stinky carpet.
And it just looks so much better. Like,
it does.
It just opened the boat up. We took off the trim around the edges, so it kind of, there was no end, so it's like not just a framed ceiling now. It just kind of blends into the rest of the boat. So we're really happy with it.
And now everyone hits their head on their roof when they walk in.
There's no padding when you hit your head if you're tall. So, but
yeah, we'll give you a look. Anyway, a bit of a real-time update. We are in Sydney at the moment. We're stuck in the rainy floods that are happening, sort of pinned in Sydney. We don't really want to sail in the flood water, so we're just sort of getting some work done and heading north very, very soon. Where are we off to this year, Michael?
We're going to get all the way to the Cape and beyond, and hopefully over to Indonesia. So super exciting. Definitely, you know, we're not just moseying along and exploring as we go. We've really got like some goals to tick off this year, and yeah, hopefully you can join us and we can show you some of the epic remote parts of Australia and Indonesia.
We only have a couple more episodes left on the refit, so hang in there. We will be back to diving and exploring the east coast of Australia very soon.
Yep.
Cheers everyone.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Painting the entire interior of the boat was a huge job. Juggling around everything inside from room to room was major, and in hindsight we probably should have just gutted the whole boat, but we never actually imagined we would ever be doing this. It was certainly a lockdown project and something that we probably would never have done if we were allowed to sail north for the season. Join us next episode as we untangle this bird's nest and perform a lithium heart transplant on Popao.
I'm going to take the door off.
I need to see it. And my body is aching.
Boat yoga.
Oh, so much boat yoga. Living the dream.
The dream. Eat noodles on a stool on a wet floor.
G'day everyone.
G'day guys, thank you so much for all your support. We've been overwhelmed with the amount of orders we've got on the merch.
Yeah, if you haven't already got some, head on over to sailingpopao.com to check it out.
Also, just wanted to say another huge thank you to all our patrons out there. Your support is amazing.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, and see you on the next one.
See you next episode. We came down yesterday to prep the boat for today, and then we were hoping to get the first coat on, and then the wet vac blew up. So we bought a new wet vac last night, and we're down here today.
And then Jess is like, "What's that smell?" We had the breast rays on. I couldn't smell anything, and the vacuum was about to go on fire. So
It was staying.
it was just like, just please let us finish.